Hello, Fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an exciting month it is in the context of love, and particularly for you. If you're in an established bond, your partner very likely is going to be going through some important changes that are going to bless your life. And if you're open to meeting someone new, we've got some truly fortunate energy playing out now that really will help you to feel that the whole world is yours, and that includes in the context of love as well. So let's start with if you are in an established bond. So there are a couple of things here that are taking place this month that I think will speak especially strongly for you if you are in an established bond. So one of them is the new moon. So early this month, right out of the gate, we are going to have a new moon taking place. And this new moon is happening in a part of the sky that speaks to your spouse's income, your spouse's prosperity, and how it is that that ultimately blesses your life as well. And it does look very possible that your partner will be going through some changes, some growth that ultimately will bring greater stability into your life. And that is, yes, financially speaking, very possible, but also emotionally as well. This can absolutely be a time when you feel very emotionally supported and understood by this person that you love, where you understand that you have somebody who is your rock, not only now, but a deepening of commitment can take place. It's also possible with a sky like this that in some way with you and your spouse, now again, this is if you're in an established bond, you consider this person your spouse. This is where you may join forces in some way, particularly financially. So whether it is opening a joint account can be part of this. It could be taking out a joint loan, or it could be that your partner wants to make a change and you want to be part of supporting them, and you have the prosperity, you're able to help them to make that change through your prosperity. It could be you that wants to go back to school, they want to go back to school, so one person's got to cover, the other person's got to help out. All of that becomes possible under a sky like this, but all the resources that you need absolutely are there. I touched on that quite a bit in the general focused horoscope, so you might want to have a look at that. But yes, spouse's income, very blessed, especially early this month. What's also happening this month is Venus. Venus is going to move into a super harmonious position for you in the sky, making that goddess of love energy that much more easier for you to access. So Venus is going to be moving into fellow Earth sign Virgo, and we'll be meeting Jupiter in that sign. We'll be speaking to Pluto in your sign. This is one of the more promising things you are going to see in the context of love for you over the course of this year, really. It's one of those high points. So it is Venus that speaks to Pluto. Normally, that conversation happens about twice a year. That's about it. So this is one of those times of this supremely harmonious conversation. Of course, you're hosting Pluto right now. So this is ultimately love that transforms, love that changes you. And for you in particular, love that opens the world for you. So if you're in an established bond, this can be a time when your partner, your love, in some way needs to travel, needs to be out there, and you are very much part of that experience, or is just learning more, helps you to see the world in a whole different way that ultimately changes you and solidifies that bond that much more. There might be some mixed feelings, especially early in the month. You don't know how you feel about the changes your partner is going through, but don't worry, very soon the two of you will find your groove, and that commitment will solidify that much more. Those of you open to meeting someone new, it really is Venus in a sense that's going to be really important. But I will say this, especially early in the month, the superficial is just not going to cut it. It just will not do. And so any kind of superficial connection, superficial bond, it just will not be interesting to you. You are going to want something substantive. You're going to want something that feels strong, something that feels secure, something that feels that it has the real potential to last, and that it's the real thing. If there's any part of you that feels that's not happening here, you will not be interested. You will be moving on. Having said that, we've got a lot of really great energy for you to make an amazing connection with someone, very likely very different than what you've known before. So someone Maybe they live in a different country, or they're from a different country or culture or ethnicity or race or religion. Maybe they speak a different language than you do. But ultimately, this adds to the fact that they in some way open up a different way of looking at the world to you, and very much may also like introduce you to a whole other world as well. It's possible with a sky like this that you meet somebody who maybe, because they live abroad, you're thinking about, wow, I could travel, I could go, and you're thinking about how you could be exploring more of the world as well. So all of that becomes very blessed under a sky like this, and it is ultimately a partner, or a potential partner rather, showing you a different way of seeing things that changes you very deeply, and that helps you to understand your own place in the world in a whole other way. And in one level as well, and this is like a little bit more, you know, for a small percentage of you out there, it is very possible now that through love, you find yourself really in some type of profound transformation. Like really, this is because of love, you start believing some very different things. You're introduced to a different tradition, a different spirituality, or even moving, really realizing that you want to move to a different country. Like these are the types of inspirations that can come up when the sky looks like this. I will say this though, do keep in mind, we've also got Mercury entering shadow in the same part of the sky as the month ends, entering retrograde, and will be retro throughout September. September is going to take all the stuff that's happening this month to the next level of clarity, to the next level of change, to the next level of possibility. So keep that in mind as you navigate this month. There's a lot of inspiration, a lot of possibility, and a lot of love that's set to show up for you now. But it is ultimately love that's going to make your life look very different come next month. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it then as well. What I love about this month for you is this is where change begins. This is where adjustments start to happen. And this is where love starts to become more realized for you. If you're in an established bond, you will see how your partner can bless your life in so many more ways. And if you're open to meeting someone new, it is love that leads you towards becoming a better version of yourself that you like very much.